I'm your host, Amber Wyatt, and this is Boys Toys. I hope you are ready to race because we have a super speedy and competitive lineup for today's show. But first, we're with the Silverhook Powerboat race team, where the countdown is about to begin. Now, we're about to explore the relationship between man and machine as we meet a guy who's about to put his toy to the ultimate test as he attempts to break yet another world record. This is the Silverhook 48 GP, a seriously fast powerboat weighing in at over 12,000 pounds. It's equipped with BPE surface drives, a Latham marine steering system, and a pair of QC4V 1350/1550 dual calibration, meaning it'll put out 2,700 horsepower at this weekend's endurance event. Today, the team is getting ready and testing the propellers in preparation for the world record attempt. So Nigel, the team have been working relentlessly this afternoon, getting this boat ready in preparation for the weekend. How are you feeling?
Yes, well, it's been a long journey, right? Because the whole season, this is the event we've been planning for, but it's actually come off. And so the team's been working all year, not just, the last couple of weeks. So, but you know what, the boat's come all the way from Florida. So it's about 2,800 miles across some bumpy roads to get here. So, the boat takes a hell of a beating on the back of this trailer to get here. So we've been checking it out, making sure that, everything's tight. And what we're going to do next is take it out in the water, make sure everything's functioning right.
Of course. So when it's on dry land like now, what are you testing? What are you looking for?
Well, certainly mechanically. After a long journey across country, mechanically things get loose. So we want to tighten those, make sure everything is a tight fit. But the electronics in particular, because just one loose wire can cause a short and the whole electronics go off. I mean, we got 2 computers on the boat, we got Cisco routers, we got this lovely satellite dish on the top there, so we're communicating our data. And it's really important for us to know if there's any problems when we do the record run, because it's very hard to see the gauges, because the boat's banging up and down. So we rely on our crew to be able to tell us if there's any problems. So if there's an electronics problem that's happened during the trip out here, I'd better be making it a tough day.
What are the major changes in the boat? What have you guys been working on as a team?
There's a couple of things that, when you look at how do you get the best record, you want reliability, but you also want the top speed. Because you got an endurance event, you got to make sure you finish. And so there's a little bit more conservatism than you would in a circuit race where you do need top speed. But it's a combination. We're actually trying something on this world record on Saturday. We got this beautiful rudder. It's 5 foot long. It's razor sharp, right? And it's very critical because that steers the boat and keeps it steady. It's been worked on by Herb Stotler from Stotler Racing Engines, and it picks up the water through gills in the low pressure back end of a rudder. And so it really helps the boat rather than picking the water up off the bottom of the rudder, which creates a lot of drag. We've got a new set of propellers, a 4 set of propellers, which we've never run before. They're 5 blades, which are really the fastest. We have 6 blades, which are a little smoother, but these are 5 blades for the speed. So the power units are from Mercury Racing, QC4V, quad cam 4 valve, twin turbos, 9.6 litre.
Wow.
And they say be 1,350 horsepower each on pump fuel on 93 octane. And it's not so much a horsepower, it's important, it's the torque.
Okay.
And in boats, especially in rough water when you need acceleration to push through the waves, it's for torque.
Speed.
Really the difference between this boat or even any monohull, it doesn't have a tendency to pack air, it doesn't have a tunnel to pack air and flip over backwards. It can do, but it's rare. So these boats are more reliable, more like a torpedo. They would just they crush the water as it goes through it. And if you look at the boat, there's no straight surfaces. Like a lot of boats, they got slab sides and a flat deck. This is very aerodynamic. It has that biomimicry, right? You don't find any fish that have flat sides. Everything's curved. There's no straight sides on this boat, right? So it's curved, it's very aerodynamic, and it's exceedingly good in rough water because it's quite narrow.
And what is the aim? What's the goal?
Well, it's 112 miles from Huntington Beach Pier. Basically, when we go by the pier, it triggers the clock. Make a left turn, we go out to Shiprock on the edge of Catalina. We turn back and we go around the whole island counterclockwise, come back to Shiprock and come back to Huntington Beach Pier. That's 112 miles in a straight line, so we maybe do a little more than that.
Sure.
I don't think there's a UIM world record that's ever had anything significantly over 100 mile an hour average.
Oh, wow.
Right, so especially when you look at records which are away from the shore, to another venue, to another island. So 112 miles, if we could do it in, an hour, that'd be fantastic.
So, did they break the world record? Stick around to find out.
Okay, I know today's show just flew by in a blink of the eye, but what did you think?
It started with the Silverhook Powerboat race team setting the pace, claiming the world record for the fastest time around Catalina Island, clocking in at 1 hour, 19 minutes and 28 seconds. Proving just what can happen when man understands his machine and how to successfully push it to its limits. Then I hop behind the wheel of this iconic movie car, forever claiming bragging rights to have driven the same car as Christian Bale in Ford vs Ferrari.
You sit in these cars and you're going to understand what it felt like back in 1962.
And while this baby is now on display in a museum, its replicas are flying off the showroom floor, and I can see why. It certainly looks as good as it feels. Finally, we put innovative car racing simulation to the test to see how it stacks up against the real deal. And I must say, up until now, I never really gave this sort of technology much credit. But the technology is definitely becoming more realistic and immersive each year. Now, more than ever, I can really see the niche that it fills.
I'm your host, Amber Wyatt, and if you have any questions or ideas, find me on Facebook or Instagram. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one.